We are here today at Archive Garage, and we are getting a full leaf spring system put on the truck. As you know, as these trucks get built up with the Alu Cab Canopy toppers and all this stuff that goes on there and bumpers and all that, we start to get a lot of sag, and a lot of the springs out there just cannot hold up to that amount of weight, which we know we have. So Archive has got an amazing leaf package system that is going on, and we will show you what's going on compared to what other people have out there. Kind of give you an idea of the difference in spring rate and leaf spring rate, and also helping out some of the stiffness in the back from flex. But we'll show you, and we'll talk to Eric, the owner of the Archive back right there, and show you what the difference is and what makes him different from all of our competitors that we've tried. And I'm just loving so far what they're doing here to my truck. It's just so cool, clean, perfect. But let's go take a look. Again, so we're going to talk a little bit about what Archive does versus the others out there. So Eric, why don't you talk about it?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to be fair. This leaf pack is decent. It has a full military wrap, and it doesn't have any interference issues at the rear shackle like some of the Australian packs have had. So that's one reason I'm positive on our Icon RXT. And to admit that this is not made for, you know, a very heavy rig. I think they're rated around in the 600 range on option 3. But one thing that I personally don't like is that the leaves are, the main leaf at least, is quite thin. And then your second leaf and your fourth one here, they're only 0.24 inch thick. So it's very thin material. This is definitely not what I class a heavy duty spring. So let's take a look at our spring pack here. This is actually our extreme duty, and that will have 6 leaves plus the overload. And you can see the difference in the thickness of the main leaf, the second leaf, and despite having this thickness, it actually rides very good for the weight range. This particular one, our rating is 1,250 pounds to 1,750 pounds added to the rear axle weight. So that's a lot of weight. That's 1,000 pounds more than these are rated, at least. So
Eric, can you tell us a little bit about what we put on the Tacoma today?
Yeah, sure, Chris. So first thing we did was remove the factory shackle hangers, and these are very light. They're known for bending, and then they're also very flexible. They'll actually flex like this when you're, you know, going through using your suspension, and you feel that in the vehicle. It sways, and it actually inhibits ride quality. So very flexible, which is why it doesn't have great control of the vehicle. So that's where our hammer hangers come in. These are all 1/4 inch high strength steel. And so it's very rigid, and it also has a nice smooth bottom on it, so that if you hit a rock, or, you know, it helps to skid over the top of that. And then so we installed the hangers. We installed our 3.6 inch fabricated shackles. This is how they come to you. They're fully assembled with polyurethane bushings. Okay, and then another piece which actually really helps ride quality is our high clearance cross tube, and that bolts right here on the hangers, and that helps the chassis have rigidity. It keeps your suspension mounting points from moving around, because the factory cross member is actually pretty flexible. So even though this is rigid, the frame can still kind of move and flex. And now once you do this, it just ties everything together. It gives the best ride quality and the best sway control as well. So, and then we move on to the
Heavy duty.
extreme duty springs here. So this is our heavy duty pack plus our Alu leaf here, which turns it into the extreme duty pack. So if you're a customer who has the HD, you add more weight down the road, well, that's where this Alu leaf comes in, and that just goes right in the pack and turns that thing into a monster. So
I love that you have your grease points.
Yep.
Makes it easy for us to get to it. But this is a whole package that we can get on your website. How does that work?
Yeah, we can put together a package for you, or we do have several different options. I know we have one package where it has the shock relocation towers included with all this. Yeah.
So awesome. We are here with Eric right now to kind of just show us what we're doing, what we've done to the truck. Go ahead, Eric.
All right, so we have our hammer hangers, which is a very important foundation mod for your leaf spring, for your suspension, because the factory hanger is very flexible. And so the whole truck will actually kind of bounce and twist around on the stock hanger, even though your leaf spring might be heavy duty. So next we got our optional 3.6-inch fabricated archive shackles that come fully assembled with polyurethane bushings. We got 1/2-inch bolts here, grade 8 bolts through the frame. And then we tie that all together with our high clearance cross tube option here, which actually connects to the stock cross member right up here with this bracket. Okay, it comes all the way over. And what that does, that actually shares torsion. It's like a torsion tube. First of all, it keeps the hangers from splaying out. It keeps the stock cross member from seeing full bending force on it. And then it also acts as a torsional tube. If you drag one hanger, instead of it trying to bend one frame rail, it will deal with the stress with both frame rails, and that'll help save the mediocre frame, not super strong. So that's a nice benefit there.
So here we have the hammer hangers that they installed for us. Incredibly stocky compared to the stock ones here. It comes up over and then to the other side. And again, great area for being able to skid rocks. No worries about it.